Right, this is a reverse battle against Sharktamer from YouTube. This is a never used match. We use never used Pokemon at a time. We build the team, then we trade over the team to each other, so we have each other's teams. And then the point of the game is to actually lose. So we actually want to lose and not win for a change, which is kind of a twist. Every 10 turns we're allowed 3 switches. At the end of 10 turns it resets back to 3 switches no matter how many switches you did. I had 0 switches left and 3 switches left. And this is the match, and just so you know, this is from Sharktamer's point of view, so Sharktamer's at the left, I'm at the right or at the back because my save corrupted. So I'd actually look at this Medicham properly when I got it, and we battled pretty much right after, but I think we looked at teams a little bit, and I never realised it was Band-Aid. And as soon as I went for the Zen Head, but I think I thought, oh no, he's going to switch to Muck, isn't he? He's just going to, or if I went for the fighting attack, I would have went to Bastidon. Oh, I can't even say the name. It's been ages since I battled. I don't know if I've even battled a Bastidon thing. Whatever. So the start, I don't think I did very well. I kept doing too much damage to stuff and took too little damage from him. So I predicted him to maybe go for the Leaf Blade there, as it's between 4 times resistant, and Relicanth is 4 times weak to it, but he still went for the X-Scissor. I think he probably went better with the Pokemon he gave me, as he gave me quite powerful, never used stuff, and he gave him only like a few moves, so it'd be easy to predict what move I'm going to do. Like, I think this Relicanth has Waterfall, Aqua Tail, Head Smash, and Stone Edge, which is 2 rock and 2 water moves, which is easy to predict really, and the things I gave him, I think I gave him like 4 different moves, which makes it harder for me to protect, and it makes it easier for him just to get a not very effective off on me. So once again I Zen Headbutt and I take out Jasmine, and poor Jasmine fainted. I think this was stuff hidden power. I used to use hidden power earlier, but obviously that was wrong. So I switched to Vespa now. Luckily I go right into the Ice Beam, but it still doesn't do that much, as Vespa is still pretty bulky. So I go for the return, which actually does nothing. I think everything that had return in this was a very, very weak return. I don't know why. So he leaf plays and then gets rid of the Medicham, which is quite useful, as the Medicham was too powerful and I didn't like using it. It's because it was choice banded. Yeah. Oh yeah, I think another rule we did, there was only one choice item maybe, or I think so, something like that, just so you don't overhaul everything. Having. Oh, by the way, you've got 6 choice banded Pokemon. That makes you very good. So yeah, returning Stone Edge missed. Annoyingly for me, a lot of the attacks I had a low chance of hitting actually hit most of the time. There was a few times like there that Stone Edge missed, and I go for the Aqua Tail, which he lives, which is kind of crap. If I went for the Stone Edge, he would have hardly took any damage at all. Or the Head Smash. I think I went for the Head Smash there because it's lower accuracy, but it still managed to hit. I go for Aqua Tail again, just in case he predicts the Rock Smash and went to Pelipper, but he didn't. I can't remember if he had any switches left. I'm not going to be able to narrate and count how many turns we've went and how many switches I've left. So most likely if there's a time when, particularly me, when I'm not switching, it's probably I've ran out of switches to do. So yeah, the good thing about that Cuddles there is it has Intimidate, but it didn't help there when I got the crit with Boomerang, which obviously ignores that, and I KO it next turn, so I kinda sucked. Um, so yeah, just Boomerang. I can't remember how Boomerang works. I think it's probably like a 2 to 5 move and probably a decent amount of base power. He Leaf Blades there, probably predicting the switch to something like Vespa Queen or something. And Balakli stayed in and Marowak's down. I have no idea what the score is at the moment, but I think Sharktamer at the moment has less Pokemon, so he's actually winning at the moment, which is weird just thinking about that. The less you have, the more you're winning, and whatever. Or, I can't remember, I know I've got rid of 2 of his at least, he got rid of at least 1 of mine. At least off the top of my head, I can't remember what else has lived or died. So I go for a lot of switches here, trying to predict him just to go for a wrong move. I can't remember, actually, I don't know why it's just a Vespiquen. There's nothing really Leafon can do to Vespiquen to kill it, but I guess I could return with Vespiquen, which isn't going to be doing that much to Leafeon anyway. So he goes to Pelipper now, which I absolutely love. I think the only reason I gave him it is just because I thought Pelipper's awesome. It's like, yeah. And Pelipper won't die, no matter what. Pelipper can never die. Oh, I guess I could if you Thunderbolt it, but why would you Thunderbolt it? That's evil. So yeah. His Leaf Blade, I think, is actually doing more to me than the returns on him. It's kind of weird considering I resist Leaf Blade 4 times. It has a stabbed attack, I guess, but the return must be very weak. I don't know, whatever. So I've got Taurus now because I know this Taurus is going to be a pain in the butt for me just because it's powerful, so I'm going to switch it into attacks and hope it faints that way. That's why I switched to Magmortar, because I knew how to Omnious Wind, which would obviously not affect Taurus because it's a ghost attack. Any Ice Beams, the fish, isn't do anything. And I can't remember the dare probably the water attack would have made more sense. So he goes for the return, which really doesn't do much. I go for the Aqua Tail, which still doesn't really do that much. And this is one of the most exciting points of the game when it's a stall war between a Leafeon and a Relicanth. Indeed, not something you get very often. Just a normal battle, just the Relicanth would be dead in one hit, or possibly two if it's very defensive, and we would take one Leaf Blade, but a stab 4 times with Leaf Blade, I don't know. It seems a bit unlikely, but whatever. Leafeon eventually goes down, and Relicanth is hardly weaker at all. It might have been quicker just to kill the Leafeon off first, so I would have had less HP. So he just air slashes, and he actually gets the flinch, which is like quite funny because normally I'd be like, oh, why did you flinch me? But now actually getting flinched is pretty good. So this is a Taurus now because taking an air slash won't be that good, but it's still taking it quite well. Air Slash is then coming Magmortar, I Fire Blast, miss, his Air Slash misses as well. I go for Fire Blast and it's like, this won't do a match chat. Oh, I did about half. That was a lot. So I didn't want to stay in case I KO'd him, so I thought I would switch out and let him heal a bit more, so in case Fire Blast does hit again, it's not going to KO at this HP. So he gets a crit in the Vistocane, but he's still alive, and it's like, why do I have to live? Then he takes me out next turn, which is pretty good. So I go to Thingy Fish. Why is it called Thingy Fish? I don't know. His air slash, I think it was an air slash there, and takes out Magmortar. So I go to Relicanth now, and here's gonna be a fun part, I think. It's probably the air slash war attack spam. He's there slashing. I'm hoping he gets a flinch. It's weird. I was hoping he would actually flinch me, but he doesn't. I can't flinch him obviously because I'm slower. Um, I should have maybe went for Aqua Tail, I don't know. Maybe I do. He's there slashing more, and he's not getting the flinch. It's just like, flinch me, please. I think at the moment, yeah, because I'm in green, I'm going to be doing more. So I said to Taurus now, get the Amazing Intimidate off. Then he goes for the Ice Beam, which, um, I don't know. If he went for the air slash, he might have actually KO'd because of stabbed. And he starts going for more ice beams. I was like, oh, come on, freeze me, freeze me. Even if he did freeze me, I would end up thawing out first turn anyway. So he goes for the Omnibus Wind, predicting switch to the Tauros, but I don't do that. I waterfall him. Don't really do much at all there. You have to be careful with Omnibus Winds because he only has a few of them. I think it's like 5 or something. And he got this big stat boost there. It's like awesome. That's what I was really hoping for. And this is probably the major point of the game when I switch in Tauros and he starts instead of Omnious Winds. If you Omnious Wind, I think he would have won. I think I ran. I think I was out of switches maybe at this point. I don't know. But because of that, he was able to win there, luckily. Yeah, he was able to win, which is what I wanted because the point of the game was to lose. So Ice Beam's going to take out the Relicanth, and that was a pretty fun match. I say maybe because it's new, or maybe the actual gameplay of it is harder, but I found myself thinking a lot in that game than I normally would. But yeah, so yeah, good game there, Sharktamer. Check out his channel if you haven't already. He has quite a lot of videos up, more frequent than me, and obviously a lot better than me. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll have more videos up soon.